Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Happy New Year. It's been a little bit since I've made a video. I didn't have the greatest start to 2022, but here I am. That's all that matters. So today I'm going to talk about a roll of Kodak Panatomic-X that I shot in December. I got this roll from Mike Eckman. You can catch his articles over at mikeeckman.com, and you might also know him from his podcast, Camerosity, I think it's called. I'm going to be on that podcast later this month, so if you want to head over there and listen to some of his podcasts, they're pretty cool. So first, just to tell you a little bit about the film, it's an older film. It expired, my roll expired in June of 1982, so it's as old as my older sister. That would make it 40 years old this year. And I was very surprised at the results from a 40-year-old film that hasn't been refrigerated as far as I know. That's what Mike said he loved about this film, that you don't have to compensate the ISO, you don't have to compensate in developing. It stands up even to the test of time. So I've heard so much good about this film, so I was really excited. I had only one roll, so I waited a very long time before I finally took it out and used it and shot it. Kelsey and I, we went down to Stewart, which is the next town below us. We go there often. You may recognize this area from my Pentax 6.7 First Thoughts video. I love going there when it's cold out. And it was beautiful. The view is beautiful. There wasn't too many people there. You see people there having lunch and stuff. It's a really nice area, especially to go and walk around when the weather is nice. But on this particular day, I'm not sure if this is something new over there. I don't remember seeing this last time, but there were rats, really big rats. I wish I could have caught a picture. But there was a bunch of ladies sitting under like a gazebo bench type thing, chatting, and I was screaming at them, look down, because a giant black rat had run out of the bushes in the water and ran to them. And it must not be something, it must not be uncommon, because the ladies weren't really fazed. They just kind of moved out of its way and then went about their chatting. So, but that was kind of surprising. And then the other thing that we ran into a lot are these giant lizards that have been kind of taking over Florida lately. From what I hear, they are from Africa. I'm not sure how they got here. I know that they are, there's an effort to try to control the population because they're killing our local species, but that's a whole other thing. But they are impressive. So I took some pictures of them and some video, and it was fun to watch them run by and kind of creepy. That was a really nice day, and we walked over to the bridge, which is nearby. And if you watched my Pentax 6.7 video, you know I hate bridges that are over water, or bridges over anything really. I can't swim. I know, save your comments. I'm 35 and I can't swim, but I have a very big fear of water. So going on the bridge is tough for me, but I love this bridge. It's been there since I was a kid. I remember the day it was built. It's kind of fallen apart recently. I hope they're gonna fix it soon, but I love recording it and taking photos of it while it's still here. And yeah, it was a nice day. So let me stop rambling here and let me get to the photos. So first I'm going to talk a little bit about the film itself. I didn't really get into it earlier. I kind of went off on a tangent. But this film was actually originally created in 1933 as sheet film. It was reformulated several times since then, so this roll from 1982 might not be the same formula as it was originally, but to me it is a lot like Kodak's T-grain films like Tri-X or T-Max 100. It's a low ISO film. The ISO for this film is, I believe, 32. Yes, the ISO is 32. I shot it at ISO 25 just because my camera didn't have an ISO 32 on it. The meter didn't have a 32, so I shot it at 25. And it's a 20 exposure roll, so I think that's perfect. It's not too many frames. I processed the roll according to Mike's directions. He told me to try Kodak's HC110 1:31, which is dilution B. I tend to use that same formula for Kodak Tri-X, and I really like the look it gave it. It adds some contrast and some grain, which makes it sharp, but you'll see soon with the photos that there's not much grain at all. When I pulled the negative out after I developed it, I was blown away by the quality, and I don't normally get excited over my negatives, only if I'm processing like a fresh batch of D76 with a roll of HP5. Those negatives tend to always wow me. I just love the way the negatives look and the pictures it gives me, and this negative was no different, which is amazing to me since it, like I said, it's 40 years old. But I pulled it out of there and it was like it was just a fresh roll of film. So here we go, let's get down to it. So here's the first picture. There's this tree growing on the rocks. I just love that. I think it's like a metaphor, but that tree has been there for a while. I photographed it back in my Pentax 6.7 video, but you can see from the picture that there is a wide range of gray tones in this film, from white all the way down to the blacks. It's sharp, it gives you a lot of detail, so you can even see the houses in the background on the horizon. This photo here of leaves pointing to the sky, you can see again the contrast. I just think the film is beautiful. I think that the tonal range of the grays replicated the gradient in the clear blue sky from that day perfectly. That's another thing I really liked about this film, is the amount of grays it gives to replicate the photo in black and white. This one with the lamp, again, so much detail and shadow. There's detail in the highlights as well as in the shadows. And if you go to my blog, I wrote an article about this roll as well, and on there I compare Kodak Tri-X to this film because I had shot the same exact frames, same exact pictures on Kodak Tri-X 400. Keep in mind though, it is a 400 speed film versus this 25-32 speed film. So it's not exact, but I wanted to show you how similar the films are. Maybe if you want to head over there, the link is down in the description. But here's a photo of the bridge from far away. Again, you don't really see much grain in the photos. You'd have to look really close, maybe if you blew it up, that you could see some in the sky, but that's what adds to the sharpness of the film. And then more photos with the leaves and the rocks. There's a lot of contrast because this was at a time of day when the sun was at its highest, so the light was pretty heavy. So there is a lot of contrast. The sunlight was strong, but I like the look. Personally, I really like it. And then here's another view of that tree with the rocks, growing on the rocks. And I really liked the roots in this tree. I just think the film is a really beautiful film. I wish that they would have continued making it. Here's a picture of Kelsey standing with the trees. And then again, the horizon. So Mike had told me that this film was going to ruin me because he knew I was going to love it, and then I'd be frustrated because I wouldn't be able to buy any more of it. But he really wanted me to experience it because it's his favorite film, and I really appreciate that. Thank you, Mike, for letting me experience this. I love the film. You're right. I am ruined because you can buy it on eBay for like 30 bucks a pop, and I'm not going to do that. But if anybody out there has a roll and they want to share it, feel free to send it my way. But it's a beautiful film. If you would like to spend that much money on it just to try a 40-year-old film that doesn't need any special treatment, I would suggest making sure that you read the description if you buy it on eBay. Make sure that it's been stored properly. It wasn't like left in a barn or something in the heat. But like I said, it seems to handle pretty much anything. A lot of other people have reviewed this film. Alex Lokes of the Classic Camera Revival podcast, he has a review as well where he developed it in several different developers, so you might want to head over to his website to check that out. But yeah, this is my results. I hope you like them. I really wanted to share them with you. I thought I'd just do a simple video, my first video back this year, and I enjoyed shooting this film that day. It was a really nice day. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. I have a lot of videos I want to shoot this year. I'm gonna try to be more consistent, like I always say. My health kind of keeps me from doing that, but it's okay. I keep going and I keep doing it. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed already and has continued on with me these past 3 years with this channel. And if you haven't ever been over to my website, check it out. I post a lot more there, and I also post daily, almost daily, on my Instagram. That's where all my photos are. So yeah, so that's it for today's video. Please hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed it. That's it for Kodak Panatomic-X, and until next time, stay motivated and keep shooting.